All right, welcome back to the channel. We're going to get right into it and talk about DeepSeek and the release of their R1 LLM model. Before we get into it, please hit that like button, subscribe, drop a comment down below. I'll do my best to answer it. This video is not financial advice. It's for educational entertainment purposes only. So, right, January 20th, DeepSeek releases their R1 LLM model, large language model. Hats off to them. They did revise the way that this large language model is trained, and it is groundbreaking. And so my hats off to them on that one. It's going to kind of change the industry and how these companies attack the problem set. So hey, and I've heard this before when ChatGPT released their OpenAI released ChatGPT that LLMs are going to be a commodity. I even took a class at a prestigious university in the U.S. and basically, you know, my my understanding of all this is that large language models are going to be eventually a commodity. As you can see it right now, this is an open source model, right? So the source code is available to everybody out there. This is going to drive competition, drive the price down. Basically, in my opinion, in a year or 2 years, uh, just about every major company is going to have their own language model. They're going to incorporate this into like chat. Think about like customer service. Usually you call, in years past, you call customer service. You're speaking to somebody usually offshore. They're working for cheap labor. Pretty soon, these AIs are going to be so smart they're going to be able to answer the top 10,000 questions that somebody calls in and asks about. It is comparable to ChatGPT 1.0, right? I've seen some tests out there specifically. I can go down the rabbit hole on this one, but right, asked a simple question: Who's the president of the United States as of January 20th? Couldn't get that answer right. So it's got a long way to go, and it does suppress some information on specifically China's past and some political things. I'll let you do some research on that, but it does suppress information. All right, my skepticisms: the claim that DeepSeek only cost $5 to $9 million to train, I find very hard to believe. Right, this is a private company funded by a hedge fund in China. There's no audit trail on this company. You can't see a financial statement, so there's no proof. Right, that's just, in my opinion, just rumors. There's no physical proof that they're using the old H800s NVIDIA GPUs, right? Because if they came out, think through this problem. So if they came out and said that they're using, Blackwells or the Hopper GPUs, the newest GPUs, right? That's going to be an immediate slap in the face to the U.S. because they were banned under the Biden administration. So they can't come out and say they're using the latest and greatest. Right? There's no physical proof. I haven't seen pictures of their data centers. I haven't seen anything like that. So I'm very skeptical on the cost that it costs to train them, the startup costs of the business, how much money they actually poured into this, right? Remember, the U.S. was leading this race and still is leading this race. And, China had to answer the bell. They come out with this large language model. It is very, it's very impressive the way they train this model. So hats off to them on that. I will give them some credit, but I am very skeptical. The user agreement is another red flag to me. You're going to share your data with this company, download the app. Yesterday, they took it off the U.S. market and only made it available for China phones. They claimed they were hacked. So there's a lot going on. It's definitely shaking the market. Stay plugged in, but I'm very skeptical. They're pulling on the emotional strings, right? If you're a long-term investor and you have NVIDIA and you're down, you know, 18 to 20% in the past 24 hours, think about the long-term approach here. I guarantee you, I guess I can't really guarantee it, but I would almost bet the farm that they're using the newest NVIDIA GPUs. Likely the total cost to train the model, the team, build the server racks, rent the hours is likely in the billions. Do I think it's cheaper than U.S. companies? I do believe that. And this is going to drive competition, right? Think about Moore's Law, right? Do a deep dive on that, as you're watching this video. But Moore's Law is it's going to drive the price down, right? Here's a good analogy I give. If you remember when flat screen TVs came out 15 years ago, right? They were $10,000 for a decent one. They were thick as a car. And now in 2025, I just seen a 72-inch for $650 in store yesterday. So, technology is going to drive competition. Competition is going to drive prices down for the everyday consumer. So, in the next few years, if not 5 years, these large language models, they're all going to be free. And you'll probably pay for the ones that are the absolute best and that, can give your company an edge or give you a personal edge, whether it's in school, your personal work, family, so on and so forth. You know, even the educational companies, right? If and I seen a lot of this, a lot of these companies starting to go under already. But like, for example, you can upload a math problem to ChatGPT. It'll solve it for you. It'll explain how it's solved. I have found that it's incorrect in some more advanced problems, but again, these things are going to get smarter and smarter. So impressive technology. Hats off to DeepSeek. They did change the game. They're gonna, and I'm happy that it's open source. They're gonna make all the large language models better around the world. This is gonna give an opening to those smaller companies, that thought, hey, I don't have the edge. Maybe I could, rent some data center usage from a larger company, build out my LLM, train it, and then, and now I have it available to my smaller company. So it definitely did change the market. I am very skeptical on how much it costs to build, and maybe we'll see a financial statement audit in the future, but we will see. So stay tuned, like and subscribe, and best of luck to all you out there. Hope you make a couple bucks in the market. Next up, stay tuned for my next video. We're going to be covering the XRP Community Day here in a few minutes.